Hey everyone, just a quick video. I'm going to talk you through your two homework assignments on sequences. These are up on Shobi, and yeah, I'll put this, you'll probably see this link from there, I'm assuming, that I'll be putting this into your homework listing on Shobi, but if you happen to see it on YouTube, then yeah, these are up there. This first one, welcome to the Hotel Music Theory. The first section is I want you to listen to the song Hotel California by the Eagles. You've probably heard it before. You should listen to it until you fully understand how awesome this song is, because it's pretty amazing. And then you're going to create an SATB reduction of the harmony. And that's what this is. These are actually the chords for it in B minor. And then I want you to look at this pattern after you write it out and see what the sequence pattern is. And by that, and if you need introduction on sequences, make sure you watch the other video where I introduce the concept. What I mean by the pattern is, what's the inner Vallic pattern? Vallic pattern of the roots of the chords. Okay, so you should see a pattern. That is the sequential pattern that we're trying to get you to see. Below here, it's the opposite. This is Roman numeral analysis of a very popular tune. It's Pocketbook Canon. Both recordings for these two should be listed on the Shobi website also. Yeah, so this is the opposite. You're not reverse engineering it, you're actually analyzing it, right? And then looking at that music and seeing the sequential pattern if you see one pop out. Okay? Yeah, this harmonically, like the vertical here, this should be very easy, because it's actually all diatonic. We've been doing so much chromaticism that should be a relief at this point. The only thing I will say is look very closely at these chords in here, because yeah, they kind of look like what they should be, but there's a couple of notes in there that make them slightly more interesting than what you may think they are. So just be very careful. But it shouldn't be mind-blowing like the differences, because like I said, it's all diatonic and in the key of D. So that's that one. The other assignment is the opposite of all of this. So this is sort of a almost like a motivic manipulation assignment, like you did the previous week, where you were looking at motives and kind of creating them, transforming them, and all that stuff. This is writing sequences, and then there's a little bit of analysis on the back. So this first part, you need to create a diatonic sequence of the fragment by transposing it up by thirds 5 times. Diatonic sequence, diatonic, right? So if you're, again, that's kind of Greek to you, make sure you watch the other video. So you're just like transposing it up in this key. This one should be very easy. Create a chromatic sequence of the following fragment by transposing it up by minor thirds 4 times. This one, by the time you get here, is going to look very weird. And that's okay. If you're transposing this correctly by minor thirds, the next statement of this should begin on A flat. And you literally take this whole thing here and you're transposing it up to A flat. A trick for this, and this is kind of gets at like the concept of sequencing and modulation, transposition, how motives work. We're literally taking this whole little thing, which if you analyze it and I said, hey, what key is this in? You'd probably say this is in F minor, which is correct. You're literally just taking this motive and putting it here and putting it into A flat minor. So you just say, okay, cool, I'm going to rewrite this. A flat, G, A flat, B flat, D flat. I'm going to rewrite this in A flat minor over here. Does that make sense? Like you're literally taking this and you're transposing it up a minor third to the key of A flat minor. Where things get hairy is, like, think about this. Now you're transposing it up a minor third again. Well, what's a minor third above A flat? Yeah, that's bad, right? That's C flat. So you're writing this in the key of C flat minor. What you want to do is enharmonically respell it. Not C flat, but B. This is going to be in B minor. And then you're going to keep doing that. When you do this, and this is why music looks weird, and this is also why we don't use key signatures really in modern music, you have the key signature of 4 flats here still, and you're writing something in the key of 2 sharps. This is going to have like only accidentals. Like it's looks horrifying. That's okay. This is Wagner. What you're doing here. If you look at Wagner's music or something, he's moving keys freely, like quickly, and you get these things that look really strange. Don't be afraid of that. Okay, don't be afraid. Don't shy away from it. It's something that we're trying to get our heads wrapped around, kind of compositionally and intellectually at this point. Okay, so that's my warning to you. That's going to look a little weird. On the back here, sorry, say down here, analyze Mozart's Piano Sonata K545. There's your listening. Make sure you listen to it. And then what is the sequence? That is, what is the pattern the chords are making? Look at the roots of the chords, not the bass of the chords after you analyze them. So I'm not necessarily saying what is the bass motion, like how are the bass notes moving, but like what are the roots of these chords? Okay, so for example, we'll just look at this first one here. Say this is a chord, which I think would be a very good way to look at this, that every 2 beats is a chord. You get my drift there. Say that's a chord. Well, what is that? We're in the key of C. And you'll analyze all of this stuff up here, but we're jumping to here. We're in the key of C. That is a 1-6. What I mean by is look at the root of the chord, not the bass. Don't look at the E. Look at the C. That is the root. And then you analyze this chord, find the root, analyze this, root, 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 not the bass, but the root. What pattern do you see? That's the sequence, and that's what I want you to kind of unpack. But again, just like the previous one with the diatonic sequencing, the Pachelbel's canon, this is all diatonic, so this shouldn't be too crazy. Like, don't get scared when you're like, these are all in the key of C, and you don't have any 5s of 5 or 5s of 7 or something like that. There aren't. There will be soon, but there aren't. So yeah, that is it. Let me know if you have questions. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.